maybe a first date, and when you have it, let me know. You got it? All right, so I'm gonna have you rate that stress on a scale of 1 to 10. How stressed out do you feel in this moment? A 7 or a 6?
7.
7, okay. There's usually a body sensation that's associated with that stress. Do you feel at all like your shoulders, your heart starting to beat faster? Okay, and if you could rate that body sensation on a scale of 1 to 10.
Feels like shit.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10, okay. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and have him hold these in the palms of his hands. Like I said, you put one on the right and one on the left side of the body, and you just let the wearables do the work for you. There's no significant time investment, so. Did you have a question? So what he's feeling right now is a gentle alternating vibration that moves left and right from either side of the body.
You can put them in your pockets too.
You can put them in your pockets, you can put them in your socks, you can wear them on a wrist, you can clip to clothing. A lot of men will do inside the waistband, so it's kept quiet and discreet. Now I'm giving him just a moment to chill out here, but just to let you know what's happening in his brain. As soon as I asked him to think of something stressful, and it immediately shot up to a 7, his subjective unit of distress, there was a spike in what's called beta waves in his brain. Excess beta waves we know are directly linked to stress. And this is showing that he entered into that sympathetic nervous system state where he's not logically thinking, he can't be productive, he's low on energy, all that bad stuff. As soon as I put these in his hands, there was an immediate change in his brain wavelengths, and he's nodding.
Immediate. That's why I had the response that I did. Like, I grabbed them and boom, my heart literally stopped freaking beating the way that it was.
Yeah, so
You guys are gonna have to try it out for yourselves if you guys think I'm lying.
yes, and I will be sticking around. We'll be happy to do demonstrations with all of you guys. So now I'm going to take those back from you, and I'm going to have you go ahead and let me know where you were at on a scale of 1 to 10 and how stressed you feel right now. Before you were a 7.
I'm not stressed at all.
You're not stressed at all. Okay, and what you thought wasn't something traumatic, right? It was just something that you experienced stress-wise on a day-to-day basis. Perfect. So you saw there was 100% reduction in his SUD, or his subjective unit of distress. That was just like a minute or 2 minutes of him holding the devices. Now I want you to think of that stressful thing again and try to see if you can get yourself back up to a 7. It's hard, isn't it?
It's like there's a blockage or something.
That's interesting you say so. So he can't get back up to a 7. If you remember, I said that you're creating a new positive neural pathway in your brain. And your brain is the most complex machine in the world. It works a lot like a filing cabinet. So before he used TouchPoints and he experienced whatever that stressful experience was, he filed a new file in his filing cabinet with the mind-body connection. His mind is telling his body, hey, you have to feel this stressed out and have this internal feeling or this outward expression or even these body sensations, like his heart was getting faster. Now that he created that new positive neural pathway, there's a new file filed in the filing cabinet that's telling him those things don't have to happen. As you use the technology over time, you bring your stress threshold down to a point where nothing jumps over it. Now, it's just these 2 little devices, and it's an assistive tool. It's something you can incorporate into your life in order to prevent stressful experiences from occurring, as well as to work through stressful experiences when they start. Now, this is just one thing, but to really focus and prioritize on mental health, it's 6 things that you need to focus on. And it is nutrition, it's the food that we take into our bodies. It doesn't necessarily have to be all healthy food, but it has to be a balance of what will be nutritious for you with what will also bring you that reward that you deserve. It is sleep. It's making sure that you are getting the correct amount of hours of sleep that you need per night. For most people, this is 8 hours. For some people, it's 6. For others, it's 7. But to Or about 5. Okay, so if that means you need to fall asleep earlier at night, and make sure you set an alarm if you struggle to wake up, then that is what you need to do. Outside of nutrition and sleep, it's exercise. And now the beauty of you guys working in construction is you're getting your exercise during the day. It's not something that you really have to build into your day outside of work. But outside of those 3, there's 3 more that we don't necessarily place an emphasis on. And one is healthy relationships. And in healthy relationships, it's being open with those that we interact with. It's also being honest with those that we interact with. So as opposed to being in that mindset of, I got it, I can deal with it on my own, it's opening up to those that you feel comfortable with and knowing that it's brave to ask for help when you feel that you need help. It's also mindfulness. It's taking time to think through the decisions that you make. Is this healthy for me? How will this impact me now? And how will this impact me in the near future? And in addition to that, how will this impact others? It's also going to be healthy thinking. So you may have heard positive affirmations and, waking up and telling yourself every morning, I am brave, I am strong. That's definitely one way to do it, but just healthy thinking is when you find yourself entering into a path of a dark train of thought or feeling that helplessness, it's recognizing that, taking a moment to stop, and then getting yourself out of it in a logical 1, 2, 3 step process of I'm recognizing what's going on, I see how it's affecting my mind and body, and I'm trying this first idea in order to get myself in a better place. It's the 6 dimensions of health, and it's what we really need to focus on in order to make sure that we are mentally stable, we're mentally healthy. And it's these activities, this focus that we'll place on new areas of our life that will allow us to stop these statistics from being reported of these suicide rates being higher than some of the other occupations you would think would be higher, is to be supportive, create that supportive environment. And you're good, because there's something I can say.
If there's one thing that I can say, being the son of a construction worker, if you're not willing to do it for yourself, do it for your family. Because I know you guys, you may not think about it, but you guys take a lot of the stress from the job site home, and you guys take that out on the family. And a lot of times, you may not even do it purposely, but just something to think about. If you're not doing it for yourself, do it for your family.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Gustavo.